Hey guys, it is your girl Royal Justice. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming on to talk about, I've been doing a lot of thinking and I'm ready to do more. I expect more. I've come a long way on my spiritual journey, and I love Abraham. I love the Lord Jesus Christ. Um, I love everything. Uh, and that's what brought me to this place that I am today. So today I want to talk about thoughts create consciousness, and consciousness, it's like our reality. So I want to talk about thoughts creating consciousness and consciousness creating reality, because I think it's very important. And like I was saying, I've came a long way on my spiritual journey, through my Christian upbringing. It has brought me to the basics of being a good individual and being a good person. And from that, I began to dig into things. And, in my older years, I was attracted to Abraham. And Abraham has brought simplicity in my life. And Abraham has allowed me to feel that it's okay to think. But the most important thing is that I'm conscious about my thinking. I choose to surround myself around positivity, so I'm only intaking positivity. Therefore, the more positivity I intake, I'm able to structure my world in that manner, basically. And I guess in my life as being a Christian, I've always been a positive person. But now I see the more simple things, like, and a lot of it, I have to be honest, I think it comes with age. Because, like I'm saying, Abraham teaches us to appreciate the more simple things, like the earth revolving in a perfect system, and us not having to tell the sun to wake up, and the night falls exactly when it's supposed to, and the grass is growing, and the air is here, and we breathe, in real life we're here. So she's taught me to appreciate some of the more simple things. As a young Christian, I was taught to appreciate these things too. But I think a lot of it came with wisdom and getting older as well, because I remember my mother being in her 30s, and she would simply appreciate the birds chirping and waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and all those things. And she didn't have an Abraham in her life. But I think that these two entities, my religious background and my spiritual background, coming together is one phenomenal piece of work. Because I get to question things, and I get to pick and choose how I feel and what I know is right within my heart. And because I'm human. And I was sitting here thinking back to the times when I developed my power, when I found out that I was powerful. As a Christian woman, I never felt like I had the power. I felt like the power was all for God. And the power that I did have, was faith, which is believing strongly, and prayer. That is the power that I had. The faith, power, and prayer, and not sinning. Because for a Christian, sinning brings, bad things into your life. It's kind of like the universal law of attraction. The universal law of karma. So all of these things intertwine with each other, you know. But I feel so much more powerful as a deliberate creator, because all the power is mine. And I was sitting here reminiscing about when I found out that I had the power. How did I become such a believer in the power? And how did I, sitting questioning myself, like, what was the difference from the person that I was 10 years ago to the person that I am now? The person that I was 10 years ago was so unsure of her direction, and she felt powerless. She did not feel worthy. She did not feel confident on the outside, although she had confidence in her sex appeal and the way that she looked and things like that. She didn't have that self-confidence like deep embedded within her. The person that I am now, I am more confident in the things that I'm willing to try, the way that I look, the way that I carry myself, how I look at myself. I'm more confident in my power of being a creator. I know that I can make things happen, and I know I do make things happen. I know that God gives me the power to make things happen. And I was asking myself, how did I get that way? Yes, I began seeking a more spiritual side, but outside of seeking a more spiritual side, what, you know, like, what else did it? And then it dawned on me. We're programmed as a people. We're programmed ever since we come out the womb with structures of how to do things, how our parents want us to do things, how the school wants us to do things, how the church wants us to do things. We're just programmed, and we're programmed to believe. We're programmed to have that faith that is going to work out. We're programmed to know what's right and what's wrong, what's not going to work and what's going to work. So, programming, that's how I became this powerful being. And I'm at a point in my life, I don't feel my power slipping away. I feel like I've reached a plateau, an even surface to give me the opportunity to say, okay, to look around and say, okay, I've accomplished this much within my growing. I know this much. This is what I know. There has to be more. There has to be more. Or this is what I've been able to create. It's juicy. I like it. But there has to be more. The first step is wanting, desiring. Abraham says you're always going to desire. My being and who I am and what I've accomplished says that I'm always going to desire. I'm always going to desire. However, that those desires are not going to, okay, I have to manipulate this the way that I say it. Those desires are not going to break me. And before, I've been at a desperate part of my life where that desire was suffocating me so much, it was breaking me. And now I've reached a plateau that the desires that I've had or that I have, they all seem for real. Either I have experienced them or they're coming and they just seem like they're already here. And I reached this point to where I can analyze the things that I've been able to create and how I've been able to use my power. And I'm like, there has to be more. I know that I want more. There has to be more. Instead of me manifesting a penny, I want to manifest that $100 bill. What am I lacking? So it goes back. I ask myself, how did I get from the person 10 years ago to the person here? And my answer was through my religious journey, and then through my spiritual journey, and then being brainwashed. And I don't want brainwash to come off with a negative connotation, but I know it often does. But the way that I'm using it is definitely in a positive way. It's to program. Like I said, we've been programmed. And what I did before is I programmed myself. And today I'm listening to how thoughts become consciousness. And I'm like, yeah, I know this. Like, I know this, like, I really know this within my heart. I've already learned this. It's time for me to cross that path again, to know that thoughts become consciousness. Thoughts become consciousness, and consciousness is reality. So one of the ways that you can, reprogram yourself is to hook up to these their what is it called? Goodness. They're images. It's like images in the background that's put for your brain to catch on, but it really doesn't catch on, and it brainwashes you a little bit. Oh, what is it called? Okay, so I'll remember what it's called. But it's definitely mantras, saying mantras over and over and over again. And just having this always in your head so you can push out the negative things. I am going to remember what it is. It's something images. That's weird. I can't remember. But these are images and things that are put out that you don't really consciously take in, but you feel familiar with it when you see it again, because it's something that's been around you for a while. And basically it's brainwashing yourself. And the way that you can brainwash yourself or reprogram, to reprogram yourself is saying these mantras, these positive mantras, these positive thoughts that needs to be a part of what is in your life, so that can reprogram you, so that you can regain your power if you've lost it. And if you didn't lose your power, to strengthen it. So what I would suggest that you guys do is click on YouTube. First, I would like for you to thumbs up this recording. Thumbs up this recording, subscribe to the channel, and let me know that you feel what I'm feeling. If you're not on this level of feeling what we're talking about, or feeling what I'm feeling, if you're not in this place that I'm in, then please bypass the comment section. If you don't feel me, you don't feel me. This recording is only for those who can really feel me. Where I'm at this point, and what I'm really trying to say. It's really hard to put it in words. Like, you look over your journey, you realize that you're in a flat space and you want to be climbing up a mountain, but you're not really climbing up that mountain at that time. And you think about, how did you get your power in the beginning? Well, I particularly got my power from all the inspiration, from seeking, from listening, from reading, and all of that. But most of all, I remember these reprogramming exercises, these spiritual reprogramming exercises that you'll find under mantras, or positive sayings, or meditating. You'll find it in that area. And subliminal messages. I know I was smart. I knew I was going to get it. And you can type in positive subliminal messages. And there's even a lot of them that focus around money. But you don't necessarily need to focus it around money in order for you to be positive. You can just ask for clarity. You can, everything really does not revolve around money, because if you fix other areas in your life, I think that that allows money to flow, you know.